welcome into Rock Painting 101. I am about to seal some rocks. I'm going to use a spray sealer. I've talked about different kinds that I've used. I don't have a huge preference beyond the few that I showed earlier. You can look at a different part of the post for that. Right now I'm using my Rust-Oleum because it's really full and I've got a lot of rocks to seal. So the first layer that I always do on my rocks, I do it from a little further back just because I don't want any of my ink to run. I'm in a very well ventilated space, so I try to make sure I'm about 8 to 10 inches above, and I give them a nice light first spray. I try to stay nice and far away. I'm just misting this first coat on because I don't want to oversaturate. And I literally just finished doing the writing on these rocks with my Posca pens maybe 10 minutes ago, so they didn't rest overnight. The base coat obviously did. So that's all I'm going to do first. I'm going to let that dry a good 10-15 minutes and then we'll do the next coat. Once your first layer has had a good amount of time to dry, we're going to go back with a second layer a little bit closer, a little bit thicker. I also try to go at a front angle and a side angle, so I'm going to work my way all the way around my rocks. Again, make sure you're in a well ventilated space. You don't want them out in the sun either, so make sure if you have to be completely outdoors that you're in a nice shady spot. You never want to oversaturate your rocks to the point where there's any seal or dripping. That's way too much. You don't need to do that. If you want them to have an extra thick layer, then take your time and let it build up. Most of the time with the rocks that I'm just going to be hiding out and about, this is all that I'll seal on this side. If the paint, the back side, even if you don't paint the back side, I usually try to just do one coat of seal on the back side. But I won't place them on this board. I will lay out some parchment paper, but that's not until this coat of sealant is totally dry. I'll let these dry overnight before I'll flip them and spray the backs. So if I remember, I'll come back and record that, but I probably won't add that to here. But I'll take it down and let you see up close here. So as you can see, they're wet. You can tell they're wet, but they're not dripping at all. So I'm moving really fast. Not trying to make you dizzy. But see, you can tell they're saturated, but they're not dripping at all. We don't want that. Okay, so they shouldn't stick to your surface. Like, these are not going to stick to my board at all. So I hope that answers some of y'all's questions about how I seal my rocks. Like I said, that's all I'm going to do on these. It's just those two coats. I spread these out. I've seen rocks I have sprayed like this months later and they still look pretty good. And they've brightened quite a few people's days. So everybody have a good day. Bye-bye.